Hello and welcome to Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin. And on our show, we just have a good time.
Yeah. Very good time.
A very good time.
So, we're going to talk about something today that I'm very excited for.
Well, see, here's the thing. We ran a temporal pincer movement earlier, so the weird thing is they already know.
That's crazy.
They already know what you're going to talk about.
That's insane. Yeah, that's fine. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So before we get into it, though, all right. So just make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you get notification when we drop new content on Mondays. If you have any ideas or anything like that, want to tell us anything special, you can email us at cktalkaboutnothing@gmail.com. You can tweet us at CoreyKevin1. 111. All right. And then when you do that, just make sure that you use our special hashtag embrace the nothing.
embrace the nothing. Yeah. Now,
Boom.
I wonder if anybody's running a temporal pincer movement on us. We'll have to check embrace the nothing and see, like, somebody tweeted back in 1954. And it says hashtag embrace the nothing. We're going to find that one day.
Well, you just blew my mind, actually. Again,
It
just like it was blown this week in weekend.
Doesn't make any sense. But anyways,
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's just
what a phenomenal movie.
So the movie that was recommended last week, well, one of them, it was a special movie called Tenet.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun. So I'm telling you, I have to give you if I had 3 thumbs, I'd give you 3 thumbs up for it. For the recommendation.
I stole a person's thumb so I could give you 3 thumbs
for
up.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll go outside real quick and I'll be right back. Yeah.
Hey, can I borrow your thumb?
Yeah, for sure. Just 2 seconds. Make sure you wear a mask and gloves, but I need your thumb. So.
Yeah, I just think like it shows you can have a big budget action type of movie that has depth and that has like and Christopher Nolan's proven that time and time again. I mean, look at Inception, Interstellar, the Dark Knight series. I mean, you can he can do pretty much anything, and Tenet was just like, as we were watching it again, and, I looked at Jessica and I was just like, on set, how would you even know what's going on? And we're both just like thinking like, what would be like a typical day? And like, how many questions do you have to answer before you start filming? Because like, it's like, wait a minute, in this scene, so continuity, hold on, how does this inversion work again?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be red? Who's gonna be blue? Like it's incredible. And so part of this episode, we want to do like kind of like a recap of the year. This year, 2020 may have given us like some bad stuff, but it's given us some good stuff too.
Absolutely. So we got to talk about the good and bad.
That being Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing.
Exactly, is the great part of it.
Yeah, that might be probably the best part of 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
For you guys. I've
seriously.
had some pretty awesome moments. But anyways.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of, we'll talk about it later.
One of those moments was, getting to see the, Tenet coming out July. You knew before the pandemic that a Nolan movie by the name of Tenet was coming out. You knew nothing about it, and you're already excited. You don't care what it's about. It's Nolan, so you. And we made it out to the theater before they fully closed down and actually got to see it and everything. And it's just like, it's rough to watch a movie once and then like you cannot go back because theaters are shut down. And you're like, but I have so many questions.
Exactly. Yes. None of them can answer.
And I don't want to watch the videos on the internet because I would like to watch it a second or third time before I totally like, okay, I give up,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I watched it again, when I first got it. on when I got on my Vudu there, and I watched it, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is just as fun as I remembered it. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know about you or anyone else, but I want to see more movies with John David Washington and Robert Pattinson because I loved their chemistry in this movie.
Yes, it really was really nice, and I have to give kudos, which actually gets me more excited for another movie that guy guest stars in. Which is called
Pattinson?
Batman.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Batman.
So
Dude, I'm pretty
telling,
excited
and
about
I
that.
think this will help his cause to get his Batman, like his Batman vibe. I think back in his favor. I think personally, I really do because this movie. Just like you said, I mean, simply put, I don't have to go into great detail, but I'm just saying he impressed me enough to where I've gotten re-excited about Batman.
Yeah.
I can't help it, man. I was one on the other side of the fence. I was nervous about him being Batman. You know what I mean? I just can't. I can't get over the. Every time I see that man, he's a vampire to me. It's every time I can't help it. You know, and it's
You gotta
terrible.
shake that image because man, he's a really good actor. You know.
He's killed it, dude. He killed it that one. So he may be more of a fan. That's the impressive part. So good for him, essentially. You know what I mean? Like,
There's a movie on Netflix. It's called The Devil All the Time. It's
Okay.
with Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, and a few others. And Robert Pattinson, man, like he's not in it all that much, but when he's in it, like you
Stole
know
the show?
he's in it, man. Like he's
really?
good.
Gotcha.
He's played a French prince in a movie called The King, playing opposite of Timothy Chalamet or Chalamet. I don't know how to say his last name, but it's too fancy. It's got like squiggly lines or something, but too fancy for me.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was drinking a cup of tea, I might
Yeah.
be able to pronounce it, but I can't. And it's like he chooses some different roles, and to be honest, The Lighthouse. I was like, oh man, Pattinson can act.
No.
I
I remember you telling me
enjoyed-
about that. And
Yeah,
and
because The Lighthouse is a movie like it is two men in a lighthouse and that operate a lighthouse and endure the insanity of being alone on a small little rock, with a lighthouse. But that's all that movie was: dialogue and acting.
gotcha.
And Willem Dafoe was incredible. And Pattinson was incredible too. Like it was just like such a fun movie to watch because I would say like they're just two like unique actors in general.
Yeah.
To see them on the screen together, which I'm sure like they have totally different ways of going at the acting craft. But I just thought they were awesome. But yeah, I think The Lighthouse for me, like I've just always been jazzed that Pattinson was going to be the Batman because I feel like he's weird, like he's a weird
he fits
kind
the
of guy,
profile.
So
Absolutely,
I
I'll
feel
give you
like-
that.
Yeah,
No.
and his I feel like his private life is more kind of a mystery. Like
No.
he's just kind of has it in him already, and then in Tenet, he's dressed up very fancy, and when they first get to that airport the first time, and he's like going through and learning about the airport and how the rooms work and everything, how he's dressed, I'm like, that's Bruce Wayne right there, like
Oh yeah,
that's
that's funny.
That's
yeah.
perfect. Like that's
See, now looking back at it,
Yeah.
now I can see that again.
like,
You know what I mean? All right.
that's
all right, I'll give you
Bruce
that.
Wayne
All
right there,
Yeah.
like. So I'm pretty jazzed about it. I know there's been like some stuff that's come out where it's like unsubstantiated crap, and it's just like, just let the movie come out, and let's see how well he did.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, did they finish it? Because
No.
last I heard
No,
that,
no,
like,
no.
okay,
They're still
because
filming.
there was gotcha.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of problems with
COVID.
COVID and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yep. But how exciting would it be to be like, I went from being in a Christopher Nolan movie to becoming the Batman.
Yeah. I
How
mean,
awesome is
thank-
my career right now, right?
Yeah. Well, and thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. Who's coincidentally directed 3 Batman movies,
Yeah, he's not directing this one, is he?
No, Matt Reeves.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that okay?
Matt Reeves, who's directed the Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Oh, gotcha.
And those were highly rated and money churning movies. So
Yeah.
I feel like he probably knows what he's doing for this movie.
No. No, yeah. All right. So I will, and just so you know, you brought it up, and then we can get back to Tenet. But Lighthouse, now that you reinvented it in my brain, that's Pattinson, and I have a feeling on this gentleman. I may give it a shot and give you my honest opinion, because I told you before I didn't like it because I think I was lost. I didn't understand what was going on. I had to read, and I was thrown in the middle of it, so I just didn't enjoy it. I'm like, this just is not like. I don't like this. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I'm not enjoying this movie. So but maybe now, see that just shows you like that I didn't pay attention to the movie enough, and I didn't know what was going on to even know who was in the movie. I couldn't even tell you that Pattinson was even in there. You reminded me of that. And then I remember seeing him in there, but not even like crossing my mind. You know what I mean? Of like being excited for it. Mm-hmm. But so, needless to say, because you've recommended that movie to me before, and I've told you my honest opinion, I did not love it.
But you didn't also start it from the beginning and watch
correct.
it. So
yes, and that's why I said
no
to you. So
idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to give it a chance because I didn't like what part I watched.
Right.
So,
It's very like it's a different kind of movie. Like I don't know. I thought it was like super unique to film in black and white and the different ratio and the language was so poetic and beautiful. I mean, when Willem Dafoe curses Robert Pattinson's character just because Ephraim Winslow said that his cooking was not that great, he goes like on a 5-minute dialogue, like monologue of cursing Ephraim Winslow because of that. Like it's
wow.
astounding. And the words like it's like poetry. It's beautiful. It's just so good. And I think that, like I said, that movie, that is an actor's movie because that's all you can do in those movies is act and have your dialogue and all that stuff. So I thought, man,
and maybe that's where Pattinson's career started. Like, no, obviously not started, but like maybe that's where it blew up. Was after that one, maybe because he acted so well. That's why he got the part in Tenet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
My brain is constantly going. So
he's in a movie called Good Time. I mean, Pattinson's just been in a lot of stuff recently too.
And he'll probably hit my list, of people to, because that's what I do. That's what I do like on Netflix and stuff, because you can actually just search by actor.
Yeah.
So like so I did the same thing for Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler. I watched all Adam Sandler ones on Netflix. I've done the same thing. So he may be another search that I try to just throw. Those ones are easier because I've already seen them. But
if you're gonna do that, I would give The Devil All the Time a try. It was a good story. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was like the greatest movie we've watched of 2020, but it was definitely like a good movie. I enjoyed it. Tom Holland is in it, and man, Holland, like
Spider-Man,
yeah, and dude, like, that boy can act, man. Like,
gotcha. All right,
he is awesome. Like,
well, you got me pumped when you said that earlier. I'm like, wait a minute,
Tom Holland's in it.
Yeah,
now,
hold on a second.
Tom Holland's in a new movie coming out called Chaos Walking, and I'm into weird movies, and even this is like just
really.
It's just looks. Maybe it's based off of a book. I don't really know, but it's called Chaos Walking, and all the men on planet Earth, or whatever planet this is, cannot. All their inner thoughts come out in these like voice bubbles, so everybody can hear what you're thinking all the time, or whatever. And Rey from the Star Wars films. I can't think of her name right now, but she crash lands on this planet and can see Tom Holland thinking whatever he's talking about, and he's like, "Oh, you can see that," and it's just like, I don't know. It just
didn't work.
Yeah, the preview to me, I'm like, I don't really know if I can watch. Like, how long is this? I don't know if I can watch it for that long. If it's like a short, cool. We're talking 20,
Yeah.
25 minutes, cool.
Yeah, for sure. That's funny.
But anyways, the Devil All the Time. It's
Okay.
really good. And Bill Skarsgård, man, also another actor I really enjoy. He plays the dad of Tom Holland, and he's also the guy who plays Pennywise. That might be why I like him so damn much. But
Thank you. I was just saying, it sounded so familiar.
Bill
But I'm like, why am I
Skarsgård.
not putting? Why am I not putting the face to that?
Oh, the Skarsgård family, dude, is deep in the Hollywood. There's Bill Skarsgård. There's oh god, of course I'm gonna forget them all right now. But anyways, there's like the dad, and then three actors, like three sons.
That are all
Skarsgårds, yeah.
actors.
Oh, they're all in like big stuff, and they're all good. Like it's
Really?
awesome. It's like okay, cool. Yeah,
all right.
Skarsgård. Just type in Skarsgård, and you're like, oh, there's 20 of them. What the hell?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's a really good movie. The Devil All the Time. It's a pretty messed up movie. With Robert Pattinson. The next one I want to watch of his is called Good Time, and I hope it's still on Netflix. I think I've talked about that before.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, by the Safdie brothers. I think we were talking about Uncut Gems, and that's by
Yes.
the Safdie brothers. And
Yes, it
they
is.
also did Good Time, and I would like to watch Good Time. But anyways, Robert Pattinson, give him a shot. I think he's gonna make a one hell of a Batman. Tenet.
Tenet.
That came out in theaters in July. Should have been a lot earlier, but
Yes.
because of the pandemic, they kept pushing it off.
Which it sucks because then they put it out, but it's crazy. Like, so actually, when I watched a preview for it, I was watching. I gotta give my Browns a shout out right now. We're killing it. We're doing great this year. But sorry, anyways, that just makes me excited that I was just watching the game and then the preview came on for Tenet, like the commercial did.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, oh, sweet, like I'm not, like they got me jazzed back up, So I'm like watching it, and then and it says actually like, oh, still in theaters, and now you can buy it on Blu-ray and or stream. I forget what they said, but whatever they said, I'm like, oh, it's still in theaters right now. Like,
Yeah,
so I wonder
they
if certain
re-released
places-
it, yeah.
gotcha. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Well, that's sweet,
As
though.
it
Good
should
for
be.
them.
Like,
but exactly. 100%.
I mean, I would keep that movie in for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should get the money. I mean, really not 3 years, but
Well,
I get what you're saying.
really not 3 years. No, it had domestically, I think it had already broken even.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Like
okay.
a while ago. So I'm sure that they've made money on the movie, but I'm sure it could make more.
No, absolutely, yeah. So I watched I forget the name of the movie. It was like a movie that I don't remember, but they were showing they were doing a preview for it, and yet there were some people in there wearing masks. But dude, they were like shoulder to shoulder in the theaters, like as they're doing like a preview showing to this. I mean, some people had masks on, some people didn't. I'm like, wait, what? You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, well, all right, well.
Crazy to go to a premiere of a Nolan movie and there were
Be
like
empty?
4 people,
Yeah.
including Jessica and myself. Like that
That's
sucks. Like it's awesome
Yeah, for
for
sure.
us because we
Yeah.
don't have anything to worry about. We could be in our own little bubble and nobody's talking. It's just like a perfect quiet theater. You're getting to see it on the big screen, but it's opening day. Like that's
Yeah. That's sad. Being fans of movie and the arts of movies, because I mean everything. You know what I mean. You got to take it in that form. I think. You know what I mean. Like, 'cause like you have to take it as like understanding the film a little bit more. Anyways, but you know what I mean. That's why like going into like setting up sets and things like that are sweet to me. But anyways, like that. So you know what I mean. Like so, I think that you take a little bit more of a love and passion for it than other people do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just think
yeah,
that,
like,
you know what I mean.
you know,
So.
I've heard other actors or directors or whatever say before where it's just like, people have like their religion or whatever, and like there's that they have their churches, and it's like, well, movie theaters, kind of like my home, my church,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
like I go to be entertained, I go to feel something, learn something, whatever, and yeah, kind of sucks right now, right? Because
Yeah, for sure.
them being shut down, bleeding money, and productions take everything taking as long as they are is just gonna keep the slate backed up, and yeah, So who knows what the future is going to be for that? You know, and thankfully Netflix and Hulu and all these other streaming places are making money because they're able to keep pumping out content and keeping things done in a safe manner. But I miss that big screen. Like I want that big screen. You know what I mean?
It does suck, because like I told you on the last podcast too, I started getting really back into it, you know, recently. I'm more wanting to go to the theaters to watch stuff instead of not. And, you know what I mean? And then this happens this year. So and who's going to know, like, I mean, who's going to know, you know, for next year?
Well,
You know
think
what I mean?
about
That's
the
thing,
releases that were coming
Yeah.
out too. Like
Yeah.
we were going to be going to the theater, you know
A
what
lot.
I mean? Like, and now it's just like,
You just can't.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
But
I mean-
so yeah, so you know, Tenet, come back to it, pincer movement.
yes.
So you watched it. You've watched it, you know, one time so far.
Yes. One full time.
One full time, all the way through. You watched it.
I mean, so yeah, okay. So when I watched it, like, I give you a little bit of my experience. I mean, so at first I was, what was I doing? I was looking up something on my phone, something at the very beginning of it. Okay. All of a
So
sudden,
wait a minute. You're gonna
No, no,
openly
no, no.
admit to me
yes, not the beginning of
that's
the actual.
sacrilegious, right there.
Okay, but it's so I'm just saying, like, before, as I'm clicking on like play movie,
Mm-hmm.
because you know how certain apps work where you have to go into chapters and go back and do
Oh yeah,
stupid
right,
things.
right.
So it takes more of a process, you know what I mean? And then you got the beginning music coming up. So like I'm looking at it during that time is what I'm saying. It racked me in so quick. I looked at my phone and I did not realize it's been an hour and 40 minutes. And don't be wrong. I mean, I'm laying back on my couch, my spot. I'm fully
Oh yeah,
I'm full movie
you're
out,
in.
you
Yeah.
know? I'm in. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. So, I go there. It's like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes in. I pull my phone back up. I am on the same exact screen that I did when I hit the play button. Like because I you know, whatever I was looking at, I was scrolling through that page, and I never left that page. I never moved much, and then all of a sudden, the next time I look at my phone, it went off. So I just looked at it real quick, and then it was like an hour. You know what I mean? It was like I clicked pause on the movie. I had to use the restroom, so I clicked pause on the movie, and that's how I knew it was an hour and 40 minutes.
That's funny.
So because of my clock, I know, you know, I mean, I didn't know what time I started or anything, you know what I mean? So I couldn't have guessed it that much, but it was like an hour and like 37 minutes or something along those lines. I'm like, that's insane. It just sucked me in that much. But I couldn't wait to get back to the TV though. That's the thing. I could not.
Yeah,
like,
because
I
once
mean,
it
was,
starts accelerating, like it just keeps snowballing. Like it keeps picking up speed, and
Well,
you're like, oh,
yes.
man, this is.
Well, this is the crazy part to me too. Like, so at the beginning, to me, it's almost it started me out as a different movie. That's the thing that blew my mind. It showed off how sweet he is, and don't be wrong. Yes, it's the same thing to a degree, but not 100% either. Though, yes, I mean, you know what I mean. We obviously know that he's like a secret agent, and you know what I mean, or a CIA agent. You know, we know this, but at the same time, at the very beginning, like when I want to talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to ruin it though, but so
It's been out.
okay.
I mean,
All right,
I don't know. Like it, like if you have questions,
what's the
like
thing?
they're like we you know, spoilers.
Yes,
But I'm sure,
spoiler.
like you know, other people have like. All right, if you ask a question, I will try to answer it as vaguely as possible, or just say rewatch it.
Got it.
All right, how about that? That way,
Sounds
I
good.
also don't want to be like, oh, hey, here's everything. But I mean, there's
Exactly,
some
yeah,
things
for sure.
that like.
Have to be said. I mean, you know what I mean. But that's the thing. This previews does the same thing. So, you know what I mean. But not in this movie. Just telling you. But the beginning scene where they're, I can say it when they're in the stadium. Okay.
The opera,
so like
yeah, the opera.
Yes. So it absolutely blew my mind of like what happened and how they did it. Like I didn't expect it. I didn't realize what was happening. And that's how, and I think that's like what really wrote me in. So I'm like, wait a second. And then I got sucked in. I'm like, this is sweet how they did it all. They infiltrated this way and act like they're all running in with these people. And then they just separate. I mean, it was like, wow.
Yeah, it was like
Blew
super
my mind.
heisty, but like you're
Yes.
right into it. You're like dropped
Well,
right into the
like,
mission. It's awesome.
Yes, it's crazy. Like I don't. And the funny part is I really don't know like before that truly what drug me in, besides like seeing what's going to happen with these other people. You know what I mean? Like seeing what's happening in the opera. Then all of a sudden, that's when I'm like, huh, that's weird. And then all of a sudden, then you like meet, and I'm like, huh, wait, here we go, right? You know what I mean? And then boom, everything starts happening, and then they start running. I'm like, oh yeah, here it is.
Here we
and then
go.
It sucked me in. And so I thought it was gonna be more along the lines of that a little bit more, which it still is, but like to me, it's just a totally different degree. You know what I mean? You learn about way more.
Oh yeah,
than just that portion of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's
it
the thing.
turns it dives deep, you know.
Yes. So you know what I mean? But like,
And he's
but
in
that's what I
an
mean.
organization called Tenet, not the CIA.
Yes. Oh, that's right. But
He is deceased, so he doesn't work for the CIA anymore.
but not anymore. But that's part of the thing. Yes.
So he works for an organization called Tenet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where Tenet comes from.
So, my question would be, Neil, huh? You know, Robert Pattinson's character, Neil.
Uh-huh.
What would you say to, you know, Max? Cat's son, Max.
Cat's son Max.
You know, Catherine. She's like the main lady. Wife to Seder. She has a son named Max.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Same person. You know. Well, wait,
what?
What would I say? You know, what would you say? You know, you're like, wait a minute, Max and Neil, same person? What?
How was that?
Rewatch the movie, man. It's
No way, dude. No way.
So I feel like, all right, so we'll definitely have to talk about Tenet like in
Deeper.
depth
Yeah.
off of
We'll
this. 'Cause
do that soon.
I don't want to. It's one of the theories that's out there right now that Max and Neil are actually the same. So one of the examples would be at the end.
Okay, hold on.
I won't dive too much into the end, but Maximilian. If you take the last 4 letters of Maximilian and put it backwards, you give it the old Tenet, it's Neil. So, it's an interesting idea, and if you rewatch the movie, you're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, I'm pretty sure." I'm pretty sure that is. Like, there's a few, and like I said, like we'll have to talk about this amazing movie more in depth off of this.
Yes.
Like I said,
You won't.
We
don't. No spoilers, and we do our best. You know what I mean? At least not for newer movies.
Yeah, but every time I watch it, I feel like I see new things that I didn't see before. B, I just love Pattinson and John David Washington. They are like a suave combo together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're just
sure.
You can tell like they probably just generally get along in like real life. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
they
yeah,
probably had a
yeah.
lot of fun acting together. But
Yeah.
I mean like and then like the crazy ideas that you never see, like bungee jumping into a building. Oh, how do you escape? Oh, we just bungee jump back out. You know what I mean? Like it's incredible.
Wow. Because they left the hooked up. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Huh.
You don't remember that scene?
I do remember that scene.
Yeah, but it's just like
you're just making me remember other things.
Oh yeah,
my mind's on.
Well, yeah,
things.
there's so much to it. There's so much to consume in one viewing. That's why it's like
yes.
Give it a few
Rewatch.
more viewings, and then you'll be like, I thought one thing, and now I'm thinking this, and now I'm pretty damn positive I know this, but I feel like
Yeah.
we were watching it last night, and there was a scene where I'm like, wait a minute, I'm confused again because of this, and this, and then I'm thinking about it for seriously like 20 minutes straight. My brain will not let up. And I'm like thinking about rewinding the movie so that I can like figure it out. And then I realized, I was like, it clicked in my head. I was like, oh no, now I remember. Like now I know why this.
Yep.
It's such a deep movie. Like to film, to edit, to write something like this. How?
It's impressive.
How?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean the premise of it, like, okay, at the very end when they were taking, I forget her name again. All of a sudden, but like the main girl. Okay, so when they're taking her to the place that they're trying to take her to save her life. Okay, so I'm not trying to ruin anything, but I mean, you know what I mean, to do that. It blew my mind, and actually until there was one thing where, remember, he slides under the door. I'm being very vague. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. It's the first time I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Holy, you know what I mean? Like, then I'm like, okay, here we go, right? You know what I mean? Then my mind was like, but it was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
phenomenal.
We might as
It just
well
for some
move
reason,
on because like this is like too hard to even talk about right
it's
now.
vague. I know.
Tenet,
So-
just watch it. We're gonna
Grade
give
A.
you a few episodes, and then we're gonna. I'm just gonna spill the beans on
Yeah,
everything I
for
know
sure.
about Tenet.
Absolutely. It's worth it
Everything.
enough to where if you haven't watched it in the first 3 weeks, it's just going to get ruined for you.
It should be like, what?
But
But
you-
haven't you seen it yet?
Well, see, but the funny thing is, though, is even if we talk about it right now, it's going to make them want to go watch it anyway. So, you know.
Yeah, because like to be honest, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, and then they didn't even understand this. We're like, yeah, we
Exactly.
probably didn't. We probably didn't get there. You know, there's a thousand things to get. But anyways.
Yes.
So,
So-
a recap of 2020. You know that was
Yes.
that. You know, Tenet came out in July. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was part of it, you know?
the summer of the COVID.
Yes. Absolutely. When times were a little bit better than they are again at the moment, you know?
Yeah,
At least a little bit. I mean,
yeah. I guess
So-
like by the time this airs, it'll be the last episode of 2020, right?
yep.
And that's pretty impressive. Corey and Kevin have stuck to something for a damn good amount of time.
I mean, it's impressive.
And our network asked us, "Hey, you guys gonna come back for 2021?" We're like, "Yeah, let's think about it. Let's discuss our contract."
Brainstorm. Yes. There's got to be changes.
Yeah, specifically to those numbers, certain
Yes.
numbers. But anyways, we accept it,
Yes.
and we'll be back for 2021.
We'll be back. Whoa.
We'll be back. So some people out there are going to be like, ah, and then other people are like, yay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, you guys are still going. Like, you're damn right.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think. I feel like, I work from home, so I feel like days blend together, especially if you don't leave for a while. You know, you just kind of like days blend together, and this year has just flown. If we're, still in this position in March, I will be officially working from home, and I think like the beginning of like the shutdown type of pandemic phase was like March, right?
No.
So like it'll almost be a full year. I mean it's just crazy.
It's insane
how
to think
long.
about. I know. Yeah.
And
See, I forgot, man. I just feel like it's been so long already. Like, it just makes me... It's insane. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think about like the kids that are growing up and they're looking
Yeah.
around at events or going outside and they see everyone with masks on and all that stuff, and I'm like, man, I wonder what kids are gonna remember and take away from this, and
Yeah.
so it's like,
Absolutely.
what
It's-
are
it
the
is.
what are the lasting effects? What are the lasting memories that it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, think about how many kids this year that are not going to school at all. I mean, they're not even leaving their house. They're doing everything, learning from home.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it
virtual,
that
yeah.
way. I mean, that's just, they're not doing anything else. I mean, they're still seeing their friends and still doing that type of stuff. But I mean, There was one year that my birthday didn't come very well. There was one year, that this didn't happen very well, right? You know what I mean? It's all going to be 2020. So it just really, I agree. It just really depends on.
Yeah, I mean, we started with Clementine, her birthday, her 1 year old birthday, and it was shut down. It was quarantine. We had nobody, not even family over for her 1 year birthday, and we of course made it special. Still, we made sure that all of her stuffed animals got party hats and got slices of pizza, and
It was awesome.
yeah, it was definitely still a lot of fun,
Yep.
But it's crazy to think, like, we're gonna do that again, like it's just like, is this thing gonna be resolved? Like, are we gonna all have vaccines, or what's gonna happen? Who knows?
Yeah, seriously, absolutely. Yeah, to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, I don't know. We'll see. And the vaccines, I'm not going to go into that thing, but I read some things about the vaccine today that if it's true, worries me. If it's not true, I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is going to last a little longer because I don't know about this, I'm not too sure. So
can you do some more testing before?
Yes, yeah.
Sure, that thing should be inside a human. I'm just wondering.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know. You see all these public officials and all these people getting it on TV, and you're like, okay, I mean, that's cool and all, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. So
it's rough because we've gone through not only like a rough 4 years of misinformation and lies and just like crazy information,
insane information.
And then this year has been the same, but also, two sides contradicting of the seriousness, the illnesses, how everything is. And then it's, I don't know if that's why I feel leery. Like, we've had a tough time with news. You know what I mean? Like, it just hasn't always been awesome. So I don't know. I don't know about that either, but yeah, I mean, when did we start? We started this in June.
Yes, yeah. I was going back to look. I thought I had a note in my phone that the first one I put on my phone for it, but I don't have it anymore. It must have deleted itself. I could have swore I put my first note in here, but it's not in here.
That's all right. I'm actually fairly certain it was June, maybe the first week of June.
I think it was June, but I think you are right because I was right around my 30th birthday. So I'm just trying to remember because I remember. Yes, I think you're right. I think it was close. It might have been a little bit earlier than that though.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, maybe May.
It might have been, yeah, maybe I was thinking more like May actually because yeah, man, I think it was May. I think it was May that we started. 'Cause we started pretty quick after like the stay-at-home order and stuff started. I mean, we started.
Well, yeah, like it felt like we had a lot of time. It felt well, especially like when we first started. It was just like, hey, let's watch our favorite sitcoms and quiz each other.
I know.
Then
we saw how bad I did at that.
Yeah, I got really rough towards the end where it was just like, not to say I don't mind winning, but
just say it, bro. Just say it. It doesn't matter,
It just didn't feel right anymore.
I get it. Yeah. I'm upset.
Whoop that ass.
I
whoop that ass. You're playing against like the Abed,
Well, yeah, it's insane. How can you beat somebody that legitimately memorizes the entire episode from beginning to end, every word of it? Doesn't matter what it is. If I go back and look, I pulled out the old notebook, all right?
Yeah.
And you didn't miss a lot of questions the last, multiple weeks. I'm just saying. At the very beginning, we had a couple close matches. I beat you. You didn't remember some stuff. And just towards the very end, I think you got in a routine to where all of a sudden you could just turn a screen on and just print it into your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, print this to memory. Print this to memory.
Even even ones that I'm like, all right, I know I'm gonna get it for this one. It was a 2-second mention, real quick. I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's a stupid question. You're like, hold on, and you think and you think and you think. You're like, oh, I mean, is it this? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? And then it makes me want to throw my computer across the room.
Yeah, we're like, I thought I had you on that one.
Yeah,
are you
damn
kidding
it.
me?
Yeah.
Oh man,
So-
yeah, that was definitely fun. It was definitely
Yeah,
fun.
it was a good time. You know what I mean? It was a good time. I enjoyed watching TV shows and then talking about it either way. That's the thing.
Exactly,
So
and I think this,
the premise
yeah,
of it was
yeah,
fine.
like
But
this new format at least allows us to talk about any TV show or any movie that we want, which is nice.
yeah, but it did make me have to do a stupid TikTok. So I'm out there dancing around like on a TikTok for it. You know,
Yeah,
Carol Baskins. You dig?
Carol Baskin. Hey man, how crazy is that? We're talking about a recap. The pandemic started with a crazy documentary called The Tiger King.
I mean, that thing probably like. I think we changed that documentary's life. It would not have done what it did without the pandemic.
No, yeah.
Seriously.
If there were not
there's
as
no way.
many people sitting at home looking for things
Yeah.
to watch, it probably started with somebody like, ha ha, watch this. This is pretty funny. And then that person was like, oh, I've got to share this out. And then it just kept
Yep.
getting shared out to more people. And then it was just like, all right, let's watch this. I remember I had just had my tooth extracted and I was in
Oh.
horrible pain. And the show was like what the hell is going on? And then you laugh and I'm like, oh my God, like turn this show off. It hurts. But it's just like, that was the weirdest thing to watch. And now it's like the least weirdest thing to come out of 2020, you know?
Yeah.
The Tiger King. Yeah. You know, Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars, you know, like that's
Made her
what the
fame.
pandemic has given the world. So
That's funny. Yep.
yeah, oh, I heard they found her husband. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No.
He's dead. She killed
Is
him.
it? Yeah. The tiger throw up or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's a bone lodged in the tiger's
Yeah.
stomach. He finally threw it up, and
Yep.
that was
It's
her
him.
husband. That's him.
Yep. Yeah. His name's on this one. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I initialed that one.
Yeah.
I, as Corey knows, I initial all my furniture. So like, if it's a hand-me-down, like, oh, that might be that's one of my pieces, you know?
Yeah. Holy. That's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
What else? What else? I mean, we actually started the pandemic. Clementine wasn't even walking yet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's true. Yeah.
and-
That's changed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
changed a lot, man. That girl is on fire. Oh, it was so much fun. We went to Akron Zoo Wild Lights, and it was a blast, man. They did that place up. It was beautiful. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
And okay, this moment was amazing. So this lion, like, all right. So our friends brought a really cool like car you push around, and like your child sits in the car and you push it. Well, Clementine just she hijacked that thing. She was like, "That's
Oh,
mine
that's-
now.
yeah,
I'm driving that thing." So I'm driving this thing up, and we park, and like we see this lion. He's just exited his little hut. Clementine gets out and goes right up to the plexiglass. So I go up with her, and this lion is just like doing this like breathing roar that is just vibrating and echoing throughout this place. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Wow.
and he
Yeah.
comes right up, like face to face with like the plexiglass. And I swear he looks at Clementine. I'm like, bro, she is not food, man.
Yeah. That's not
Move-
dinner.
Move it along, sir. Move it along. But
That's so funny.
she obviously was not scared at all.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's sweet. She's not scared of much, is she?
No, the Grinch was there, dressed up, and we got a picture, and she was looking at him, but then she was mostly just like more like, hey, that's the Grinch, hey,
Yeah.
I know you, you're the Grinch, I've
Yep,
seen you.
But that's yeah. Gotcha.
she knows
That's
Santa.
how we became friends.
That she like
Yeah.
runs
Oh, okay.
up. It was like Santa. That's Santa. Santa Claus. You know. Like, oh, it's
Really?
so cute. Oh my god.
That's awesome. That's sweet.
Yeah, I mean, life just keeps getting better for me, man. I love that little
Yeah.
girl. Oh my god, she is so much fun.
That's awesome, man.
This is good. This is gonna be. I know this is coming out after Christmas, but man, I'm so excited for Christmas. She's
Yeah,
she's gonna flip out, man.
yes.
She's gonna
Yeah,
flip
that's
out.
gonna be sweet. Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
But speaking of Christmas, pandemic Christmas, right? Another
absolutely.
thing that 2020 has brought us. We've spent more holidays at home and by ourselves than with friends and family. You know, it's a weird year.
Yeah, it's a weird. I know that you're not gonna do this, but I hope this doesn't trickle down effect, man. People need to still see family and doing like not this year, but like afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Nope, we're moving. We're moving
Yeah,
to an
just saying, like,
island.
I just-
it's just
Yeah,
us
I just feel like
three
people are gonna
from
start
now
getting
on.
comfortable with this. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that, I was talking to, and I know everybody says, like, when it comes to holidays, they're like, oh, I gotta go to 6 different places today, right? You know what I mean? So, like, I get the pain and agony of it, but at the same time, that's what it's all about. And I just feel
Yeah.
like, so there's like people already heard about like talking that they're like, oh man, I'm so excited. I don't have to do, I haven't seen, this person all year long. And like, I'm like, no, yeah, don't do it. Don't say that, like, no, I just don't like,
Yeah,
we
that's
need to
like-
rebuild humanity around here. And I feel like this is just not helping. People
Yeah,
are
we-
stressed out and angry all the time.
Yeah, we have like morbid thoughts where we're like, well, I mean, if you don't see that person, that might be like your last chance to see that. Like
Yeah,
you don't
for
know what
sure.
2020 is
Yeah.
about to bring you. We had killer bees invade Washington for heaven's
That's
sake.
insane. Yeah, you just don't know.
But yeah, it's been crazy. I agree. Like, I don't. I think seeing family is definitely. I think that this has changed a lot of people's minds. Like, it's good to see people. Like, it's good to see
I hope so.
family
Yeah.
and
Maybe take more appreciation to it.
exactly. Like, maybe
Yeah.
you have a little bit more patience for that person who annoys you right off the rip.
Yeah.
Maybe you are friendlier than normal, or pay more attention to things. Maybe you don't get glued to your phone immediately or something like that. Give somebody attention, gives somebody a compliment, help somebody out, that kind of stuff. Like I agree.
Yeah.
Like I don't yes, am I glad, am I pretty excited that I'm gonna get
Yeah.
to just be at home and not have to drive anywhere and not go anywhere and not
For sure.
feel
I get it.
awkward at a family
Yes.
event or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm pretty excited, but also, yeah, I mean, there's a whole family element of it's
Yeah.
kind of what it's for,
Yeah. See, that's me being like, that's one thing that's nice for, your situation too, because you have a family at home that you like.
Well, yeah,
You're super pumped for that, right? You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm not saying like, woe is me. I'm not trying to but I'm just saying like, in people in my situation.
woe is me. I'm
Yeah, because-
Corey.
No, because
Hey,
I'm
if
going
there's any
to.
single ladies,
Yeah. Hold on. Before you say that, hold on.
oh
Let me
yeah,
get myself all prettied
he's
up.
getting ready. He just adjusted his hat. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So say it now.
Bah, boom. Look at this boy. He's up for sale. He's going once, twice. Who's going for him, huh?
Where's the gym? That's what I want to know.
Whoa, wait. Maybe don't do that.
I have a hoodie on, bro. It looks like I'm huge.
Yeah. My muscles are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start like getting sweet shirts and padding them into like muscular stuff. Like, oh yeah, you can feel them. Don't go ahead.
That's funny.
Actually, I'll trademark that and start selling them. People are like, yep. They'll come with abs too.
Yeah.
Can I see them? No, but you
No.
can feel them.
Yep. Yeah.
Get the abs without the work,
Yeah. Boom. Trademark.
Trademarked.
Yeah.
Although probably like the abs thing that you just put on your stomach, I'm sure. Like the little vibrates
Yeah.
electrical
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
No. I thought I did think about getting it. I actually did order one like the very beginning of the pandemic, but I think that's when everything was starting to get sold out and everything. It never showed up, and I got the money back just on my card. I never got an email. I got a confirmation email that I was ordered, but never received it. So, so I mean, I'm actually kind of glad because I really don't, you know what I mean? I don't know how much I would have loved having that on my stomach anyways, you know what I mean? But at the same
Right.
time, it sold me watching it, so I bought it. Just didn't get it.
That's working for me. Let's try it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I did like physical therapy during kind of
Oh, yeah, you did.
I'd say like not necessarily like the very beginning of the pandemic, but once we got into it a little bit, and
Yeah.
you really like kind of, and I'm sure it's different for you if working retail, like you're used to wearing your mask like probably all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
For
I
me,
mean,
it like took a
literally
while.
have to wear
'cause,
8
like,
hours. Yeah.
what's that?
So for me, I got to wear it 8 hours a day.
Right,
Like,
right.
100%. Yeah, I definitely get it. Yeah.
And I remember when everything was kind of shut down, you're only supposed to leave the house for groceries and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
maybe it'd be only one person, and it would almost be like, okay, let's rock paper scissors, let's see who's getting to go out this time, all right,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
I'm a hermit, but even I can get like, okay, I gotta get out.
Yep,
We
yeah,
gotta do
absolutely.
something. At least if it's a drive, it's a drive. I don't really care, but I gotta
Something
get out
out
of
of
this
this
house right now.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
You can only do so many projects until you're like,
100%.
okay, I gotta get out of here. Because the projects don't stop.
No. No. Yeah. No. Money
'cause
does.
You will
but
find
projects
something
do not.
else.
Absolutely.
to do.
No.
But have you other than my ability to wear a mask for longer periods of time now, have you learned any new skills or traits or anything that you've accomplished during quarantine or this time that you're like, yeah, at least 2020 gave me this,
I mean, well, obviously the podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be the number one thing that you know what I mean. So that's definitely the number one. I've got a new laptop to edit the podcast. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So like those are two definitely things that I've definitely.
New microphone.
Yeah, new microphone. I two.
Camera?
Actually, I bought two. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, you did buy two. Yeah.
I did buy two. Way happier the second one.
Yeah. Yeah. What a
so-
difference.
Yes, it's insane. But I mean, other than that, though, I do have to say that that I am going to be bringing in a family member of mine is pregnant, so I will be an uncle again. My one
very
brother and
cool.
my one brother and his wife, they had a baby.
Oh, that's
Whether
awesome.
I mean, they were.
I was gonna say they had, or-
baby, sorry.
Okay.
So like that's another thing that's really cool. And,
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, and so the sweet part is he is like really, really, truly excited for me, like that I'm part of his life because I don't want to say he's the weird one, but like he's like weird with like talking to people because he's not the weird one by any means, but he's not the social bird. So it's not that everybody's gonna be weird, but he's not the social bird. Besides with me, so me and him just get along perfect. Because I'm not the social. I mean, I'm awkward, but I can also be a social bird with people that I know, and you know what I mean, things like that.
Right.
So you know what I mean. But I'm also just an awkward person in general. So you know what I mean. But so it just worked out perfect. So like, other than that though, man. I mean, honestly, really, I haven't done much of anything else. Just getting through the pandemic. I mean, I turned 30 this year, which was huge. I had an awesome birthday party that my friends threw for me.
It was really cool because like all of our friends are like super understanding of all of this. So like,
yes,
we had disinfectant spray, we had like the
hand sanitizer.
Like everything was constantly wiped down. Like everybody had their own stuff. Like it was
nice.
Yeah,
It really was.
It was
So,
like
I mean,
we can manage this outdoor
Absolutely.
event type of thing.
because
Like,
I still want to see everybody. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I still want to see people, and if this is the only way we could do it, we can make this work no matter what. I mean, that's the thing. Like we didn't really I had a blast I mean, the entire time. We also saw a sweet home fireworks show.
Yeah, that was
You know,
awesome.
it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Um, but I mean, really, other than that, though, it's about I think that's really about totally what I've accomplished and been happy with so far this year. I mean, I've gotten work was crazy, so it was awesome. You know what I mean? Because working in retail,
Oh yeah.
retail's crazy right now. So money's pretty good right now, and you know what I mean. So like 2020 has brought a lot of misery with misery with like not being able to see the family for a while. You know what I mean? Mixing in like trying to do smaller doses of things and like doing that like. So just to kind of change it up, my worst thing that 2020 brought to me, besides like seeing friends and
Hot
family
chip
and
challenge.
doing that.
No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
yeah, well, that was on the list, but
Yeah.
so like the worst thing is me not being able to play indoor basketball. That, like I said, I told you
Oh,
that's the
yeah,
one thing I was
that's
gonna
your-
miss so much, and that's my that was my weekly thing. I did that 4 times a month. 4 times a month, I'm playing basketball indoors.
Yeah.
Like on a non-corona COVID time frame. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it like really, really, really like that. That's what bothered me. Now I've become to, doing things in the house to kind of get my cardio back up and going. You know what I mean? I'm still adding to my collection, but other than that, that was my cardio every week besides work. When I
Yeah.
went to the gym, I didn't do much cardio because I'm like on my feet all day, and doing this. Like I was just not as worried about cardio. So I was doing other workouts. Well, now I'm like, well, I got nothing besides just dumbbells. So I've had to upgrade, do this and do that. But so now I'm working out at home. I'm not, but that's another thing. No gym, no.
Yeah, you gotta like utilize your space, utilize
Well,
the
yeah,
time, and
yeah, absolutely, yeah. My when I'm gonna get a bike, I'm gonna get a pedal bike, and that's gonna go into my bedroom. So I'm gonna have to move my whole bedroom around, which I've already got all planned out, and it's gonna work, measured, and I've done the homework, but still, it's just gonna be more work I got to do though. That's the thing. It's just more, you know what I mean? It's just more things I have to do at home. But now it's almost the time. Is it depending what happens with the shot? With the
oh, the vaccine. Yeah, yeah.
the vaccine, happens with that. You never know, man. It could be another 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
12
it
months.
very
I mean,
well
that's the
could
thing.
be. I mean,
So-
especially for like you and I to get it. I mean, we're
Well,
not
yeah.
in like any sort of line or list or anything. So
At
who
all-
knows?
at all. Yeah. So the only thing is, somebody was talking at my job, and they said that they heard that retail workers were not anywhere near the top of the list. I'm not saying that, but were actually part of their medical list, and I'm like,
Well, that makes
that-
sense. Yeah,
But at the same time,
you're a
like,
frontline worker, you know.
yeah, I mean that you are right about that. But see, and maybe other jobs, not mine. I'm a retail hours and retail store, but I'm not really. I'm a retail guy, but I'm not like a Walmart guy.
Yeah,
to
like a
where-
big
you know what I
box
mean?
store.
Like,
Right.
Exactly. So like that's the thing. So I don't know if I'm even going to be part of that line. You know what I mean? I really don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I'm not. I don't know what I don't know. So
You know, I'm pretty proud of myself because I've actually, I love to read, but not like books. Like
yeah,
I like to read articles on the internet and
yeah.
all sorts of other stuff. But whatever.
Uh-huh.
I've finished a couple of books this year, and I'm
I was
really
gonna ask you,
excited.
okay.
Yeah, like I'm really excited, and it's gotten me very excited about the continuation of reading and actually
Wow.
setting time down to read and everything. And plus, I've written more this year
I was
than
gonna
I've
say, yeah.
ever written. So I definitely feel like it first couple months of the pandemic, I didn't do any of that writing, and it's
Nothing.
like, wait a minute, what the heck? Like
Yeah.
this is all time, man. Like I could have cranked out 4 more screenplays, but no, like it's been really nice, Like I don't have travel time to and
Yeah.
from work, so I, that also though is a mental health thing. It came to our attention. Like that's actually like a really kind of an interesting thought process. When you have your drive home, it's a way of decompressing from work before you
Before
get
you go
home.
home. Yep.
When you're clocking out from work and going upstairs or whatever, you don't have that disconnect. Like you're still like kind of like in that environment, and now it doesn't like I don't feel like that affects me or anything. But
Well,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
and it was like an interesting thing to hear because then it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, there are these like other aspects to this thing. So I would say that is probably my biggest downside is not having like a drive home. Is I where my time like my thinking time, like when I'm thinking of movie ideas or characters or something like that, it's usually like in the shower or on the road,
Yeah.
something where
Yeah.
like I'm busy but my mind can
Your mind's open,
exactly.
right?
And
Yeah, because you're not having another distraction.
exactly.
Hmm.
And it's like it's crazy, like I spent a lot of time just not even writing, not even thinking about writing, and it was
No.
like, well, wait a minute, I think I had like a 70-page script written, and I was like, oh, I think I typed up like 20 more pages, and then I went through the whole thing again, and I was like, oh, like this thing was. What is wrong with me? Like it could have been done months ago. Like what?
That is true. Yeah, what that? Well, that's another thing that actually kind of ruined. I mean, it was in 2020. Because before in 2019, man, we wrote. 2 full.
Oh yeah, we wrote
scripts in
2 full
2019.
scripts together. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were doing like we transitioned into more of a podcast just because
Yeah.
like
We can do it virtually.
I would say like not being in person was like probably the toughest thing about like writing. Like when we were trying to
Well, yeah.
when we were trying to write that that third script together, it was just like, like I don't know, like so, well, maybe we're both new to this video conferencing stuff, but
It was different. It
yeah, it
wasn't
just
working.
wasn't working.
Yeah.
But then it was like, hey, what do you know about podcasts? Because I think
Yeah, for
we
sure.
can do it. Like I
Absolutely,
think it'd be
yeah.
kind of interesting. And then here we are. What is it? Episode 53.
Yeah. I mean that's insane. If you think about it, we've done 53 episodes.
53
Tonight.
episodes and a bonus episode of a Hot Chip Challenge.
That's true. Which sucked.
It was sucked. It sucked.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you for 2 things though. Thank you for making me do it. Thank you to our friend Dan that gave it to us. And then third, thank you for actually splitting the chip with me, because if I had to eat the whole thing, it would have probably been a totally different situation.
Dude, that
So-
that would have just been messed up. Like I win like all these times in a row. You've done all these punishments, and you're supposed to
Eat the whole
burn
thing.
your mouth
That
by
would've
yourself.
sucked.
Like, nah.
I
take that.
appreciate that, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I've been curious. So now I'm not anymore. Like I'll never.
Yep.
I will not probably ever do that again.
And then just so you know, too, to speaking back on that, this goes back to an old podcast. Those hot chip things that were in like the bag, it's the same brand but different flavor. So it's not it's not that.
Got
same.
it. We
Just
were
so you
talking
know.
about
So
that on a previous
Yeah.
podcast, and okay. So it's just like the same brand.
It's the same brand, has the
Just a
same
different
thing to
flavor
it.
type of thing.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's what it is.
That's good.
But,
At least people aren't just like these things are fantastic.
yeah. Absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
wanna
I mean,
make
I saw a
those
couple. Yeah. No. Don't recommend it, guys. I'm just saying. It'd be cool, I guess, if you say that you did it, but it's gonna suck. Be prepared for a little bit of a, bellyache, mouth burning,
Ass
a lot of
whooping.
milk.
A lot
Yes.
of milk. Have something
lot.
with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's talking about
Yeah.
writing and everything, and starting to do like the video conferencing and everything, and then it's just really funny because it was a really long time where I was seeing you once and then twice a week through video conferencing, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, like we're spending hours talking before we even start recording, and it's really funny
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
we're clearly like bullshitting. Like, we haven't hung out enough because we're clearly bullshitting for 2 hours. Like, oh hey, you want to record
Yeah.
a podcast?
Should we
now?
start?
Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
and it's just really funny to now we got it down pat. We don't have technical
100%, it's easy.
difficulties too often anymore.
No.
We've got that nailed down pretty well, and also we've kind of found ourselves.
We did.
what we're doing, which is cool
Yeah.
too.
I Yeah, I think it works really, really well.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with the transitions we've made. I'm very happy about fine tuning everything. Overall package, I think we're getting better and better.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. And I feel like seeing you in person for like the first time after like doing so many video calls,
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know how to talk to you in person.
Yeah,
Like,
it's weird. Where's your headphones?
can you like go on a smaller screen?
Yeah, I'll just carry on a
And-
box next time for you.
And I don't want to see below. You know, like,
That's
it's
so
just
funny.
like, this is weird. Like, did you know I'm in real life right now? Like, this is weird. It was really just weird. I mean, we're
very
a
weird.
group of friends that hang out pretty consistently.
Often.
So
Absolutely. Yes.
you know, when everything was shutting down, I mean, we took it pretty serious. We're
Yeah.
making sure everybody stayed safe. So like
Absolutely.
it's crazy.
I want to see everybody next year. That's why I keep telling everybody. I
See
want to
you
see
next
everybody
year.
next year. Exactly. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to see you now, but at the same time, though, if I see you now and then maybe not see you next year, or see you next year and then on forever from there, let's just do that. That's why I tell everybody. Just relax and just do it.
I would say the only thing that's like really made me mad about the pandemic, besides not seeing family or missing
yeah.
out on like Clem's
Yeah.
birthday. Now, luckily Clem was one, and she's gonna be like, oh, I don't remember that, but these pictures are hilarious. At least
Yes.
we tried, right?
Mhm.
I lost.
You said the one thing that
that makes me mad. This is first world
Yeah.
problems. I totally get it, but we had tickets to see Braveheart. And I know I brought this up before, but it still pisses me off that I didn't keep the money, just change the date. I
That's true.
understand, like just change it to TBD. You don't even have to give me a definitive date. I
Nope.
get it.
if it happens in 2022, I have the ticket. So
I have a ticket. I want
Yeah.
to see that damn movie in theaters. It's like, I'm so mad about that one, man. Oh, I'm so mad about that. I remember getting the email and I almost like wanted to cry a little bit. I'm like, the little boy and me just died. And I want you to
Yep,
know that.
just a little bit. Yeah.
I want you to know that. You killed me today. You
Some
broke
beach.
my heart. But at least I got to see one movie in theater this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Actually,
Well, I mean,
no.
well, I guess. Yeah.
Didn't we go see? Yeah, we went and saw Endgame in April, didn't we?
Well, yeah, because that was before though.
I know. Yeah.
So that was like right before all that started.
Yeah, it must have been, huh?
Yeah, because I mean everybody went. Like that was like right before everything
Or
started.
did Endgame
right
come
then.
out in 2019? Let me take a look.
Was it 2019?
Yeah, 2019.
Oh,
So I
snap.
guess, wow. I guess we're just blending time.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks, 2020.
Another thing 2020 gave us was
Yep.
the inability to tell time.
Is today Thursday?
April 26th, 2019.
Hey, you got April right, man. I'm impressed.
It makes sense because, like, Game of Thrones. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had April right here.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Wrong year.
So,
I was doing a temporal pincer movement
Mm-hmm.
and forgot a little bit.
Yep.
Dude, how about that ending of that movie, Tenet?
Dude,
Oh,
I'm
my
telling
God.
you. Well, so I didn't tear up.
Oh,
But do you know the chokey? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The
yeah,
little,
right.
like the throat.
You
So
like,
I'm sorry, yeah, but-
you stab your leg a little bit with a fork.
Yeah,
'cause you're
exactly.
like, you're a man, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. You are not doing this, and I did it. I didn't cry, but I'm like, yep. I'm by myself. I could have just let it out.
I just
But I
let
couldn't
it
do
out.
it. You know?
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. So,
Oh, dude.
but
For me, it's
phenomenal, super highly rated for me. It's like I'll give it 10 MVP awards.
Yeah, my rating was clearly a
Yes.
5 out of 5 on the Voodoo charts. I'm like, that's no question,
Yep, for sure, absolutely.
I-
And I just so you know, I've spread the word already at work, and people said that when I come in on Tuesday, that we'll talk about it. So
Talk
we'll
about
see what
it.
happens. We'll see what happens.
We'll talk about that Tenet.
We talk about it. You dig?
All right. So the last thing I'll talk about Tenet, and then I'll give you the movie of the week. So Tenet is part of a 5-word. It's called the Seder Square.
Okay.
And it's 5 Latin words that are all what's that where they're the same backwards and forwards? Anagrams or something like that? Or,
yeah, no, I can't remember now. Oh my goodness, yeah, no, I know. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, what is that?
palindrome. It's a 5-word palindrome.
Okay.
And so tenet is the middle word. So tenet goes across, and tenet goes up and down, or
Yeah.
So
yeah.
horizontal and vertical. Now at the top is Seder. Now if you reverse Seder, it's Rhodas. If you take Arepo and reverse that, it's opera. So if you notice certain things in the Tenet movie, they're at the Opera House, and the company that holds all the paintings at that airport is run by a company called Rhodas. The main villain, his name is Sator, Andre Sator. You know?
Wow.
So Christopher Nolan really put in some really cool depth to it, man.
Side notes,
really
yeah,
cool.
that's crazy. That's awesome, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really cool, right?
That's really sweet.
Yeah,
actually.
and then the artist or the painter that they reference, Arepo, and opera. That's the palindrome. It's really cool, man. It's 5 Latin words that are all palindromes, and Tenet runs up and down, and it's really cool. It's really cool, and
That's crazy.
and it exists in
will
real
probably-
life. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. I will probably have to. I'm gonna look into that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely, 'cause
my
you're
mind's
like-
a little bit blown right now. Wait a minute. yeah, hold up.
Christopher
I might just
Nolan.
stay
What
up
do
till
you
4
know
o'clock
that
in
we
the morning
don't?
tonight watching twice. Exactly. Yeah.
Christopher Nolan's like a freaking alien, and he's like, I come to communicate through movies.
Yeah, he's a first real time traveler. So
Yeah, he's like, guys, I experienced the 5th dimension, right? And we're
Yeah,
like,
multiple times.
What is that?
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. All right. So my movie of the Monday of the week, movie recommendation of the week. That's what it's
Yes. Movie recommendation.
It's gonna it's gonna be a movie called The Devil All the Time, because we talked about it earlier today,
Yep.
and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. That's interesting. 64% on Rotten Tomatoes. Honestly, I can agree with that.
Okay.
I could see it being a little higher, but I could also see it being that. But a young man is devoted to protecting his loved ones in a town full of corruption and sinister characters. It was pretty good. I liked it. It was fun. It was good. It was good. So,
All right.
it's set in a rural southern Ohio and West Virginia.
Oh snap! Bringing Ohio back in.
Yep.
I like that.
And it's actually based off of a book, I think, of the same name. So, but yeah, it's really cool. I liked it. It was kind of fun.
Okay. All right.
I mean, not really fun and like, oh yeah, this is so cool, but like fun is like, wow, Tom Holland
Kept
is
you
a really
entertained.
good actor. Bill Skarsgård, he plays like a dark,
His specialty.
yeah, right,
yeah.
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 If have you ever seen Deadpool? You've seen Deadpool 2?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bill Skarsgård has a small role in that as oh man, what's his name? Well, he's the guy who has to have the guard over his mouth because he's his spit
Yes.
is acid. Oh, Zeitgeist, I think is his name.
Oh yes. Yep.
Zeitgeist.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
But yeah, that's Bill Skarsgård in there. I was like, all your roles are gonna have some sort of darkness to it. But
yeah, that's fine. That's just who he is.
yeah, it's just who he
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then Robert Pattinson in there as
Yeah.
well. It's just another example of showing. Now Robert Pattinson is an English fella. Well, check out his accent in The Devil All the Time. It's
Okay.
awesome.
All right. Like I said, it's I wrote it down, and now it's movie
It's on Netflix.
movie of the week. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I'll do my best to fit it in this week.
Very cool.
So I'll give you my.
Well, you
I'll give
didn't
my
watch
rating
Pan's
next week.
Labyrinth, but you did watch Tenet.
I did. I just didn't have time to watch Pan's Labyrinth, so I may try to squeeze that one in too.
Yeah.
So it's Christmas week, man. I got a little bit more time,
Yeah, and
So-
we've been watching. We picked up a couple of movies. The Year Without a Santa Claus. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Elf. Christmas Vacation. Bad Santa.
Yeah.
Bunch
Elf.
of the best. Oh, and
The Abominable Snowman. Did you see
no,
that?
that's the red. That's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with the Abominable Snowman. There, and then there's Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and then that's right, The Year Without a Santa
But-
Claus.
All right. So since I just want to wish everybody once again, happy, safe holidays. We're getting ready to go into the New Year's coming up at the end of next week. After this airs, right? So this is gonna air the week after Christmas and stuff. So, some facts and stuff that I wanted to bring into the table. Okay, so let's do Corey's facts. All right.
Corey's.
So, yeah, dun, dun, dun. So, I always thought, like, what does everybody else do for the new year, and I was, like, looking into it and stuff, and it's, some of these things are kind of crazy, so it's not, like, mind-blowing facts, but just things that, like, kind of different cultures will do that we don't do, right? It even says that, in the U.S., we celebrate with cocktails, ball dropping, and fireworks. That's everybody does that every year. It's just a very annual thing, right? So then I'm like, let's see what other people do. Like, so in Japan, so right before midnight, on New Year's Eve, obviously, they eat a certain a soba noodle, and I guess it's a long noodle, and you're supposed to cut it, and then eat it. It's essentially it's a buckwheat. Do you know what a buckwheat is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I mean it's just like a regular wheat, but it's a little thicker. That's essentially all it is. So,
Okay.
anyways. So they cut it, and that's they're cutting everything off and breaking apart the regrets they've had from 2020 and from like what 2020. I'm just saying, 'cause get it out,
Immediately
yeah,
2020.
exactly,
Like that's
yeah.
how rotten it's been. Like
Yeah, for
I'm,
sure.
you
Just in
know,
my
it's
mind.
actually
Yeah.
gone. Like they
Yeah, for sure.
don't get to eat any of it. I'll tell you that.
It's so funny. Yeah,
It's gone. I'll cut away the bad. Oh,
Yes, exactly.
it's all gone.
That's funny.
That's,
all right,
that's cool though. So
yeah, so
who does that?
that is Japan. So
That's
that's
interesting. Okay.
Japan. Yeah. So Japan does that. So Spain. This one I thought was like really weird. I'm not gonna read them all because they give you pretty much everybody. But so in Spain, all right. So there's 12 seconds before the ball drops. So I say the ball drops before midnight. Okay. So 12 seconds before midnight, you have to eat 12 green grapes to bring good luck in for every one of the months before time hits, right? So you have to do that before the final. So if you're not able to do it, then you're not gonna have good luck at all for the full year.
Jeez.
So that's their thing. So it's pretty impressive there. It's a lot of grapes to have in 12 seconds.
You know,
I mean,
I love
you're eating a grape a
grapes,
second.
so I'm gonna try that this year. All right, Spain.
Okay.
I see you.
Yep, I see you, Spain.
Yeah.
All right, so there's one more that I wanted to read to you. Yeah, okay, yes, it was Colombia. That's right. Okay, so I had to make sure I had the right one. So on the last night of the year, in Colombia, what they do is they place 3 potatoes under their bed. Okay, so they do 1 peeled, 1 unpeeled, and 1 half peeled under their beds, and they pull out the first potato they touch. Peeled means they're gonna have financial problems. Unpeeled means indicated abundance, and then half peeled it says somewhere in between both options. So that's what they do every single year down there, which I thought was really weird. I mean, they're like basing everything on, 3 potatoes under their bed. What's gonna happen good or bad?
I hope
for them
somebody
that year.
like goes underneath their bed and like mixes them up for them, you know.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yep, I put that one all the way to the right. Looks like I'm getting cash money this year.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, can you think of what Canadians do in Canada?
They probably phone a friend and say, "Hey, I hope you have a wonderful holiday, friend."
No, they don't. They actually party just like we do, but they do it while ice fishing. Is what this thing says.
That I don't doubt.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's why as soon as I read, I'm like, oh, that's I get that one. So, but I think that was the last one that was like, I mean, kind of like on the odd side. Everything else, I mean, they eat certain breads, they eat certain, what I mean, just like certain foods they just bring into the new year, and that's pretty much. So those are the good ones. But so I just thought it was like the Japan one was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, just different little things. You know what I mean?
To be honest, I didn't even really like think about like what other people do, and I like the idea that now I kind of have an idea, and it's opened my thoughts to. I might even Google it.
Absolutely. So how about this? So since you're a fan of Ireland, let me just read you what Ireland does, okay?
Yeah, let me hear what they do for their New Year's.
So it says the Irish tradition is of banging bread against walls in their houses for New Year's Eve. The idea is that bad luck and evil spirits are chased away and good luck is invited in. It also ensures that coming the year will be filled with abundance of bread and other food.
I love bread.
Yeah, because you're from Ireland.
Yeah, I love potatoes. I love meat. I love bread. I'm a real simple guy.
Yeah, I get it.
It's funny, Jessica is like, "Oh, hey, try this," and I'm like, I have like the most basic senses. Like, if it hits me, I'm like, "Oh, it's delicious. This is, the best meal I've ever had." And I'm like, "You might as well taste it and see what it needs," because to me, I'm like, I can't even tell you what certain Starbursts are. Like, I can't even tell you what kind of Jolly Rancher is that. I don't know. It's a hard candy,
Yeah, that's impressive. But just like your eyesight, your eyesight works with it. Just with your mouth.
It kind of works out the same. Where it's like I just gave up as a kid. Where I'm like, well, that's fine. That's blue. What does blue taste like? You know what I mean? Like it's all BS.
Yeah.
Colors shouldn't taste like colors. I don't know. And I got my colors. I'm like blue, and then like, Jessica's always so funny because like, oh, that's really blue. That's really nice. Like, oh, that's purple. Like, of course it is. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's purple, and she's like, that's blue, and I'm like, oh, damn it. I'm like, damn it. All right. Didn't work. Didn't work. All right.
That didn't work that time.
Pretty bad at this.
That's awesome. We should try.
Yeah. Yeah, try to throw curveballs around. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty purple. How'd you know? My eyesight's fixed.
Yep. Absolutely. You need to buy the glasses.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see like what.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, I'm 33 years old. Like, I'm so used to looking out of these eyes that it'd be really weird to see things differently.
And you're not. I'm not saying that you're not colorblind, but you're not like full colorblind. You just there's certain colors that you just don't. You know what I mean? That you just don't see. Right? I'm just. You know what I mean? That's you're not fully colorblind. So like I've watched videos like a 7-year-old man that put on glasses for his very first time, and he was crying. I mean he couldn't. He literally couldn't believe. You're like.
I couldn't
wow,
imagine,
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I never really thought about it until I saw the first video, and just imagining seeing like that tree and the colors that it's glowing right now for the first time, like the true colors of it.
So, like, what I'm saying is, screw that. Make glasses that see what I see. Okay, I don't give a crap what you guys see. Check out what my stuff's wild, I'm guessing. What color's peanut butter to you?
That's true.
I could have sworn it was some sort of greenish, but whatever,
This guy's been
people are like, whoa, your peanut butter's green. Throw that out. That is no longer good.
That's so funny.
I'm like, what?
That's awesome.
My peanut butter's been green, son. Are you kidding me? You get things mixed up.
Yeah.
Your basics. The sky's blue sometimes. Grass is green most times.
Yep.
Dirt's brown sometimes. It gets real shady with shades. See, I did this, I
Oh.
did that. It's like if it's like all darkly lit, and like, what color is that? Don't ask me. Are you kidding me? It's dark. I'll say it's red. You know. Now, one time I was at we were shopping around, and this jewel was like shining at me, and I'm like, wow, that is just like a beautiful red. Like that thing is so red, and just was like, that's blue. I'm like, these eyes are weird, man.
You really enjoyed it too. That's so
Yeah, I'm
funny
like,
part.
wow, that is vivid red. Like that's blue. Like, nope, you're
No.
colorblind. I'm pretty sure 'cause that's red. You know. Like,
Yeah, if you haven't lied to you this entire time, peanut butter is green.
yeah, right. Yeah, like I'm not the colorblind one. Like
Yeah,
everybody
no.
else is.
Yeah.
I'm just yeah. That that was a very funny time because when I was in kindergarten and you're doing colorings and your people look
no.
all weird and they're like, I don't know if maybe they're just like using different colors, and then you do a color wheel and they're like, I don't think this person knows their colors, and then you realize, oh yeah, there's a reason for that,
Yep.
So, but yeah, you live with it.
You live with it. You live and you learn.
So I'm not sure
Live
about the
and you learn.
glasses.
I got you.
I'll wear them if they come out with a pair that look like what I have. Then we could trade.
They
You know what I mean?
counterbalance it? Absolutely. I get it. All right.
If there's ever like where 20 years when all your body parts are like modular and you can just like,
Yeah.
swap shit out.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll
yeah.
swap eyes. All right.
All right.
And
Sounds
we'll
good.
watch a
All right.
movie and be like, you watch a movie like this? Holy
Yeah.
crap! Because obviously,
that's
like
so
I'm still a stickler for HD quality. Like my eyesight is 20/20. Like I have excellent
Yeah.
vision. It's just like obviously the
The color's a
color.
little off.
Yeah,
No.
the color's a little slightly off. You know?
Good thing they don't make you
And,
do a color wheel for getting your license. You'd be screwed.
Yeah. Thank God they
Sorry,
don't
bro.
say, "Hey, what color is this in the vision test?" Like, shit, didn't know that was gonna be this kind of a test. What number is in this wheel?
Yeah.
If I pass you at 20, can you just let me pass?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's red, right?
Yeah. They're like, no, it's a number in there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn it.
Pass?
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Now, my uncle's actually pretty much, besides grays or whatever, but he's colorblind.
Like fully?
And it actually transfers through the mother, through the
okay.
through the female. So it doesn't pass through, like my uncle has it, but he wouldn't pass it on to his kids.
But you could get it from your
my
sister.
mom.
I mean, from his sister.
Yeah. And so I did. My brother did too. So my brother and I both actually have the same kind.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting because my sister could actually
Yeah. Could she develop it then? Or pass it? I mean, sorry, pass it.
pass it. Yeah, it's actually pretty rare for women to be colorblind, but men is actually kind of pretty common.
Gotcha.
So I've always thought, like me getting dressed is always like, I got a couple strikes against me,
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I also don't really care, and I don't really know my colors all that well. So
That's true. So what blends, what doesn't, what what match? That's so funny. It's a good thing. Good thing you have Jessica there, though.
Well, exactly. Yeah,
She's got your back.
She's like, well, you should rethink that, And
Yeah.
honestly, we literally buy stuff that's like pretty. Like I know like how things are bought, and I normally just keep those things together. I don't go too far out of the box. I'm like, oh, well, I know that goes with that because that's how I bought it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, what do you
The
think?
offense
This,
is always
and this.
pre-planned.
I'm always like, Jessica, go pick me out something. Get me looking spiffy, please.
Yep.
She
That's
does.
awesome.
I could blab for hours, so you could cut me off here.
All right.
You got anything else for us?
No, man. I think that's it, man. Oh, actually, one last thing, and we're not but just so you know, I don't know if you've noticed, Roku listened to you last time. They loaded up
Thursday.
but
Yep.
the problem is with it, it has not loaded on my Roku box since, not one time.
Have you updated your Roku? Like, have you manually like?
I've tried
Oh,
everything.
okay. So it might not be showing up as an application within your Roku. There might be an ad to the right of it where it says,
I have it downloaded. It won't open.
"Oh, got it."
That's what I'm saying. It literally, the app just fails.
Ooh.
So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm actually going to delete it and then try to re-add it to see if that helps. You know what I mean? Because I haven't done that yet. Because I've only tried. I noticed it the other day. So I just wanted to, like, I got to bring it up, man. Thank you, Roku listeners. You know, I appreciate you.
You know, they said there's like 46 million Roku devices, like households with Roku devices.
That's insane. I'm telling you, they're taking over, man.
And it's
really,
like,
they
how-
are the full blown.
How can you not like?
Well, yeah.
Get on that
how are you not up to
device.
date? How are you not up to date? That's the thing. I mean, that's
I've got a
just- that
Roku
you-
on almost every single one of my TVs, and I'm like getting really pissed off. Like, you telling me I can't have HBO Max?
Yeah. So did you? Okay, never mind. We'll talk about that one next time because that movie that I'm gonna watch I think this weekend is the new Wonder Woman.
I watched a movie. All right, this is going to be just a slightly longer. I did watch a movie, but yes, HBO Max, December 25th, Wonder Woman. And yeah, we're watching that. We're going to watch that after Clem goes to bed, Christmas night. But I did watch a movie. And then I rewatched another movie. But anyways, X-Men Dark Phoenix. It was on HBO because you know we're talking about HBO
Yeah.
Max. I hopped on my Roku and went on the HBO Max, and I'm like going through something because I'm like, you know what, I want to put on something that I don't really want to fully pay attention to, and
Yeah.
I put on Dark Phoenix, and wowie, what a terribly boring movie,
Really?
and just not well done plot wise, story wise.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, but I mean, I thought that from the very beginning. I never.
Yeah,
watched
I
it, so, you know what I mean?
figured
really
that I
didn't-
figured I had my expectations low, and then it was just like, oh wow,
That's
you
not good. Yeah,
you
it's
hit
worse.
those low expectations. Like, I am just impressed.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll put that on the do not watch list then.
Yeah, do not watch that. And then I rewatched Baby Driver because I love Baby Driver. It's like a really good movie. And Tenet, obviously, but I'm trying to
Well,
think
yeah.
if there was anything else that we had watched.
No, yeah, I haven't watched anything new besides Tenet. I got a couple more episodes of The Queen's Gambit. I got watched Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2, and then Elf. Just once again, like I said, I cleaned up the house pretty good over the weekend, and so like since I've already seen all those, those movies.
Oh yeah, you
like-
could just do
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. So it's really when I always say I watch, but I've been trying to do as much Christmas thing as I can. That's why I only got a couple episodes of the Queen's Gambit in because I was doing other things. So I just didn't. That's a show you got to focus. You haven't started that one right yet.
No, we haven't started that one yet.
Okay. So and it's still just as good as I said it was from the very beginning. Never mind. We'll talk. I don't want to. I'm not ruining anything for you. I don't want to say. I don't want to say anything. So
Fair enough.
yes, sir. So yeah, but watch that one too.
All right,
But
cool. All right, well,
yeah, that's all I got, man. How about you?
that's all I got as well.
All right. Well, guys, it's been a great 2020.
Yeah,
Let's keep them going.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
follow us into 2021.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll
right.
see you guys there.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
All right.